My Way Teaching Aids Private Limited.
Social.
Grade 8 Unit 1 Indian National Movement. Growth of national consciousness. A significant feature of British rule in India was the economic exploitation of the Indians. The rise of the Indian press and literature as well as improvement in transport and communication also contributed to the emergence of nationalism. Early associations. When national consciousness awakened among Indians, several associations were formed even prior to the founding of the Indian National Congress to give vent to the feelings of the Indians. Indian National Movement, 1885 to 1905. The Moderates. A new era in the political life of India began with the foundation of the Indian National Congress in 1885. The early demands of the Indian National Congress included increased participation in the Legislative Assembly, Indianization of the civil service, reduction of military expenditure and tax burden, providing more funds for educating Indians. Limitations of the moderate demands. The moderates had firm faith in the British sense of justice and fair play, hence, they continued with prayers and petitions. Growth of extremism. A section of congressmen who had lost faith in the British government began to drift towards extremism. The leaders of the extremists were B.G. Tilak in Maharashtra, Bipin Chandra Pal in Bengal and Lala Lajpat Rai in Punjab. Partition of Bengal. As the feeling of nationalism began to develop strongly among the Indians, the British Viceroy, Lord Curzon, announced the partition of Bengal. The government claimed that the partition was necessary for the purpose of better administration. Swadeshi movement. In protest, the Indians started the Swadeshi movement on the 7th of August 1905. Volunteers delivered Swadeshi goods at the doorstep of every household. Muslim League on Zorat split. In 1906, Nawab Salim Ali Khan of Dhaka and Prince Aga Khan founded the Muslim League to protect the interests of the Muslims with an idea of getting a separate electorate for Muslims. Growth of militancy. The repressive measures of the government against the anti-partition movement and the extremists resulted in the growth of revolutionary activities. Hindustan Republican Association. Ran Prasad Bismil, Jogesh Chatterjee, Secundranath Sanyal, Bhagat Singh, T.N. Chandrasekhar Azad were the leading members of the organization called Hindustan Republican Association, HRA, which was founded in October 1924 at Kanpur. Revolutionary activities outside India. The revolutionaries set up their societies in several foreign countries like the USA, Germany, Singapore, and the Middle East. Among them, the Ghada Party in America became most renowned. The Ghada Party was formed at San Francisco in America on 1 November 1913 by Lala Hardayal. Constitutional reforms. The Morley Minto reforms was passed by British Parliament in 1909 to appease the moderates of the Indian National Congress and the leaders of Muslim League. Lucknow Pact of 1916. An important step forward in achieving Hindu-Muslim unity was the Lucknow Pact in 1916. Montagu-Chelmsford Reform. 1919. The Montagu-Chelmsford reforms were passed in 1919 with an aim to gradually develop self-governing institutions in India. Main features of the Montagu-Chelmsford reforms were these.
Thanks for watching this video.